What's going on, everybody? This is your captain speaking. Welcome back to Topflyght. I know it's been a minute, but we're going to break down our predictions for SummerSlam 2023. Stay tuned for the takeoff. Here we go. What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, your captain speaking, and I'm here in the building with my man, Top Gun. How you doing, brother?
Man, pretty good, man. It's been a minute, but happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, man. Dealing with some certain things, but you know how it goes, personal life and things like that. But you know what it is. We're back in the building. We're talking about wrestling, guys. So this weekend, August the 5th, here on Saturday, we're gonna watch the premium live event of the summer. It's called SummerSlam 2023 live in Detroit, Michigan. It's been a long time since they've been back there holding a premium live event of this magnitude. But how you feeling about it this weekend, bro?
I'm excited, man. There's a lot of hot matches, a lot of matches I'm looking forward to see. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But before we get into the predictions, man, I just want to go ahead and give my synopsis real quick of one match that happened that took place this past weekend on NXT, the Great American Bash Premium Live event, man. And I was happy to watch that Premium Live event. It was actually pretty good, with the exception of one particular match, okay? Now, everybody's been talking about Gable Steveson. This guy's an Olympic gold medalist, and, man, this was an atrocious match. And if there could be an award for the worst match for a debut, it would go to this brother. He deserves the gold medal for the worst debuting match of all time.
Man, that bad, huh?
It was that bad. It's bad when people are cheering for Baron Corbin over you.
Wow.
It was so horrible that the people were chanting, "You're not Angle, you're not Angle." It was horrible, man. It's an atrocious match. I don't blame the guys at the Performance Center. I blame NXT. I don't blame NXT. I blame Gable Steveson for I don't know, man. He just doesn't get it, man. It's ridiculous. They could have booked this man better. I could have put him in there against, maybe even Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph makes everybody look good. But for all people, Baron Corbin. And you suck if Baron Corbin, who can't even get over on the main roster, who has never been cheered a day in his life since he stepped foot in NXT, on Raw, on SmackDown, who has never been cheered despite all of his gimmicks, is getting cheered over you, a person who won a gold medal for this country. Man, you suck. So he has to go back to the drawing board. And this is from a guy who actually likes Gable Steveson. I actually want to see this man succeed.
Right. You wish everybody the best.
I really want this man to succeed, but like this first taste, the glimpse of this guy inside the ring beyond NXT Underground or whatever it was they try to put back into the business to the thing on NXT. They brought back Raw Underground but put it on NXT. Maybe it's the residue of that. I have no idea, but it did not do this man any justice. But anyway, getting back to business, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's really been bothering me, Top Gun. It's really been bothering me, man, as of late. So right now, it bothers me, bro. So right now, I just want to go ahead and we're gonna start talking about this premium live event in SummerSlam that's going down this Saturday. The first match we're going to break down is the one that everybody says is going to go viral. It's Ricochet versus Logan Paul. How do you feel about this match? Who's going to win? What's going to happen? How do you take?
Man, it can go either way. It's hard to pick a winner in this fight because they have such good chemistry, and I know they're going to put on a show, but I'm gonna have to go with Logan Paul.
Are you serious?
And I'm serious.
You're gonna go. I'm
gonna go with him, and I just feel like I want Ricochet to win, but I feel like Logan actually needs it. I do. I feel like Logan Paul needs this match more than Ricochet does. Well, he's lost. He's lost. I know you're a Ricochet fan, and I am too. But the thing is, I believe Logan's gonna take this one. I believe because he's lost his last 4 matches.
He's lost every
and
match,
he's out.
and
True,
match.
That's true. And he's lost. And he's out. And Ricochet, I believe, he's already beat him.
Oh, he's beat.
But I believe.
Didn't he beat Miz? He beat Miz. Yeah.
I think he beat the Miz.
Yeah.
But I believe Ricochet has beaten Logan before. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I believe.
That was in the Royal Rumble that had that viral moment.
Okay. There we go.
Collision like a superhero movie. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So chemistry's there. I believe they're setting this up they're gonna run it back, and maybe Ricochet will take that one. But I believe Logan takes this one. He may not win it clean, but I believe Logan's gonna take it. But I believe it's gonna be a great show. I believe it's gonna be some awesome highlights. But I believe Logan's gonna take the win on this one, bro.
Well, when they say shoot for the stars, man, you really aim for the heavens, really, with this one, man. Because honestly, brother, I think you missed it. I don't see how, in any way, shape, or form, how the WWE would allow an outsider like Logan Paul to try to get over on a person who they've been trying to get over for the past couple of years now. See, the thing with Ricochet is this. It has nothing to do with his in-ring ability. It has everything to do with his mic skills. The dude is just not great on the microphone. I mean, it's just not happening for him. Even with this one, they really tried to bring the best out of him. I mean, I think who else can bring, the best out of a face than Logan Paul, who's universally hated by pretty much the entire WWE universe, right? So you have to put somebody like that to get Ricochet over, to draw that kind of character out of him. I mean, it's happened, but I don't know if it's hit, all the way like they would. It's not a home run. It's kind of like
it's getting there.
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I mean, compared to when
compared to the past, yes, but I don't know if it's not like a home run, man. It's kind of like a two. Right. It's like a single, That's what I agree. You know what I'm saying? Or RBI. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm gonna have to go with Ricochet still, But again, it's kind of like you have to think fourth dimensionally when it comes to these premium live events. That's what I keep trying to tell people, is that you got to think about what happens after the aftermath. If Logan Paul wins, then what's going to happen? Nothing. If Ricochet wins, it's going to boost him somewhere. Logan Paul don't need to win this match. Ricochet definitely needs to win this match. So, with that being said, I'm gonna have to go with Ricochet. He has to win this match, otherwise he's gonna be a disgrace. He has to win this match, bro. It's gonna be a great match.
I really see him running it back after SummerSlam, though. I really do. I don't think this is gonna be a one-time match. I think they're trying to take it somewhere. They're already pulling Ricochet's. I think it's his fiance girl. Yeah, I know it's part of the storyline. They brought her into it. I think they're gonna run it back after SummerSlam. I don't think this match is gonna end with a clean victory. That's the reason why I'm rolling with Logan Paul. I really believe Logan's gonna do something shady. He's gonna get a dirty victory. It's not over after SummerSlam. That's just my take on it.
Man, that's a hell of a take there, right there, man. But I don't know, man. Again, I disagree with it. We can agree to disagree. I just think that Ricochet at this particular point is one of Triple H's favorites. This is SummerSlam. This marks the 1 year since Triple H has been basically producing all of these premium live events. He's doing a hell of a job. There's not been one premium live event that has lacked since Triple H has taken over producing these premium live events. You know what I mean? So,
right.
With that being said, he's one of his favorites. So, I don't think I could see Ricochet losing this. I hope he doesn't lose. So,
we'll see.
All right. So moving on to this 30-man, the Slim Jim SummerSlam 30-man over the top rope battle royal, and I'm hoping it's not like that Survivor Series thing where they had a battle royal and the winner got a boxes of pizza. I'm hoping that nobody gets Slim Jims as
right.
as the prize for this. This is just terrible. Okay, so far I know LA Knight's in this. I know that Shinsuke Nakamura is in this. I know Tommaso Ciampa's in this. There's a few others that I think I missed as far as, but anybody who's basically not on the card is in this match. So who do you think is going to win this 30-man over the top rope battle royal?
Honestly, like, from my opinion, I believe that WWE often uses his battle royals to either put someone over or to try to get the momentum going for someone who's already getting over.
Absolutely.
So to me, the obvious choice is the most over man on SmackDown Live.
Oh, come on, man.
And his name is L.A. Knight.
That's exactly who I was going with right there.
I mean, that's to me, that's just the obvious pick. I don't really see anyone else who has any strong momentum that really needs that battle royal more than him. So I think Triple H is probably setting them up for hopefully a singles title run pretty soon. I think he's WWE needs to give the crowd what it wants, and they really want to see his man over, and I do too. Super entertaining on the mic. I see him winning.
Do you think WWE fumbled the ball when it came to that U.S. title match, invitational that they were doing, the tournament? You think they fumbled the ball?
A little bit. I believe they, like I said, I feel like maybe LA Knight should have won that match. I think LA Knight and Austin Theory would have put on a really good match. I think, obviously, I would have liked to see LA Knight just cook Austin Theory on the mic.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not sure if they're kind of hinting a breakup between the LWO, putting them together against each other. Rey Mysterio, I think he got hurt. Yeah. I'm not sure where. It's just
I don't think
a bunch of random stuff, a bunch of random things that happened, a bunch of random matches that I wasn't really too interested to see.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio are going to part ways. They took forever to get this group together, so I don't think they're going to disband the group that quickly.
Vince McMahon hates tag teams, and I don't know if he's still kind of running the show in the background. So,
man, if you look at it, man, there's several groups. You got the LWO, got Imperium, you got the Bloodline, you got the Hurt Business 2.0 about to relaunch. You got like a better of a group. You have Otis,
excited to see that one.
Gable Steveson and Maxine Dupree. They got their type of trio, and then you have the Viking Raiders in Valhalla. So, I mean, it's not the fact that there's no teams or anything like that, but
right.
Nevertheless, I don't think that the LW is going to break apart. Now, I will say they did fumble the ball with LA Knight. I do think that he should have won. And it sucks because Austin Theory, I like Austin Theory. He just sucks right now. Where they have him at is just terrible. It's like a wasted John Cena lost. Like he didn't get him over the way it needed to be gotten over. I mean, he hasn't really done anything spectacular since he won at WrestleMania, and he's just in limbo right now. It's kind of like circling the drain, which sucks because he has great talent. And I just think that whole Vince McMahon rub really really halted his career. I think that hurt him. I think the early call up in 2020 during the pandemic when they had him fill in at WrestleMania with Andrade, I think that hurt him as well. He was doing okay in NXT, but they just didn't let him be who he was. If you look at him in CCW and versus right now, it just wasn't. It's not the same guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but nevertheless, man, I think LA Knight's going to win this 30-man over the top rope battle royal. But moving on to other matches, let's talk about this match between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, man. This is pretty personal right now, the way they make it.
I know, right?
This is crazy, man.
Man. Man, this is one of the breakups I really didn't see coming.
Nobody saw it coming.
This is the one time that WWE actually surprised me. Usually it would be somewhat predictable, but that one kind of took me like, whoa, what did this happen? It seemed like they had some it's almost like they got some real beef in there, you know.
Yeah.
I think Shayna's tired of being called the Ronda Rousey wannabe or the 2.0.
Oh yeah.
I think she's ready to step in and be who she was, you know, back in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
That dominant champion. I'm happy. I'm kind of upset that technically, I guess she is the heel in this way, seeing how she was the one that did the backstabbing. But I can't wait for her to see that. I want to see more of that vicious side of her, man.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about this match right here. By the way, Shayna actually cooked Ronda on the mic.
Destroyed her.
Like, this, dang.
Destroyed her.
Just tell me how you really feel. That was good.
I'm tired of trying to. What she say? She said that we're tired of trying to get you to talk on the microphone. What did she say? I forgot how she said it.
She said, we're tired of listening to you trying to use a microphone.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh my gosh, she cooked her on that one for real. And to be honest, I don't even know who the heel's supposed to be here. To be honest with you, the way that Ronda's been, giving these scathing promos as of late. I mean, this past week, yesterday on Monday Night Raw, I mean, you couldn't tell who's the baby face and who was the heel, man. It's just like a fallen friendship, and you kind of want to lean towards Shayna Baszler, and then you look at Ronda Rousey, who supposedly gave the helping hand, but then Shayna Baszler's been overshadowed by Ronda Rousey, so you have sympathy for her, and it's just so many things, man. And you have Ronda Rousey talking about, so she gave her, Shayna Baszler a place to stay and a helping hand. It was very great emotional work. That's the best work I've ever seen Ronda do. And ironically, it wasn't on the live microphone, which is pretty good. It took her back to those UFC days, doing those promotionals before a fight. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was better for her. I don't think they need to do any type of live microphones for Ronda Rousey. But the story is, from reading different outlets, that Ronda Rousey may want to go back to the UFC. And ironically, after Amanda Nunes, the woman who beat the living crap out of Ronda Rousey the last time she was in an octagon, retired. Mm-hmm. So what better way than just waltz right back into the UFC and try to claim your title? You know what I mean? But I don't think Ronda Rousey enjoys being a WWE superstar. I think she wants to go back to a regular life, be a mom, and just with her family, which is nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
I mean, she ain't got nothing else to prove, to be honest.
She has nothing else left to prove. So I think, from what I was reading, they said that she wanted to get one last rub with Shayna Baszler. They already won the tag titles, of course. They're best friends, and she wanted to put her over on her way out. So Ronda put Liv Morgan over twice. So why not put over your best friends? So I think that Shayna Baszler is going to go out on top on this one, man.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see Shayna losing.
Yeah, and it's MMA rules, so I hope it's not like the African drum fight at WrestleMania 37.
Oh, Lord.
Where it was just a regular match with drums around the ring.
Pretty much, yeah.
Drum was used, so if this is going to be UFC, it's probably going to be a WWE gimmick fight, like the one that had the fight pit match between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. So I don't know. I mean, if it's really a MMA rules, I hope there's bloodshed for real, but I doubt it.
Right.
WWE, for God's sakes.
Anyway. Well, things happen, so we'll see. But I'm looking for at least a little bit more violence on this one, since it's, like you said, MMA rules here.
So you say you should Shayna? You got Shayna?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Shayna. I think Ronda is pretty much getting done with WWE. I don't really think she has maybe the passion for it as much. I think if she were to leave and, like you said, just go have a regular life, I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad at her. I don't think she should go back to MMA. I think she should just kind of go enjoy her life a little bit. That's just my take on it. I don't think she has anything else to prove or do. This is just a personal preference. But yeah, most definitely I'm taking Shayna on this one.
Okay, for sure. All right, so then we have another women's match. It's actually the WWE Women's Championship match when it comes to Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair versus the defending champion, Asuka. So in this triple threat match, who you seeing come out on top, bro?
Man, I see Asuka winning this because honestly, Charlotte, she doesn't need the title. And I don't think she needs to transition that title to anyone else because most of her title reigns have been transitional titles. Anyway, they put somebody over or whatever. Bianca just had this beautiful, long title reign, so I don't really see her winning. But I do feel like this is going to open the door for Io Sky to possibly cash in. And I don't know how Bayley comes into the mix in this. I'm not sure, but I really see Asuka winning and with the possibility of Io attempting to cash in.
I see that differently, man. I don't think that Io's going to cash in anytime soon. It's funny you say that because I have an interesting take for the main event, or one of the main events, quote unquote, right? And I'll get to that in a second. But when it comes to this match, I'm gonna have to go with Asuka. Asuka's she's gonna win. I don't think Io's gonna try to cash in. I think they're trying to build it for Bianca versus Charlotte, which is a dream match that I've always wanted to see at a WrestleMania because I think those two would tear the house down. You know what I mean? Right. I think with everything that's going on with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, they're trying to build up this Her Business 2.0, and everybody knows that Montez Ford is her husband. So it's like, why not put her in there and aggravated Bianca Belair, who's been a lot more outspoken than usual lately, and put her in the mix as the female version of Rhea Ripley in the Judgment Day. Why not put Bianca Belair in the Hurt Business 2.0, whatever you're trying to do there. So at the end of the day, man, it should be an amazing match. These are three of the best wrestlers, wrestlers. I wouldn't say women wrestlers, but wrestlers, period, in the WWE right now. Three of them, and Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca. So it makes no sense for Charlotte to win. Bianca doesn't have any upside to this. She just had the title for almost, was it a year maybe? And and then you have Asuka, who's changed her gimmick around. She should have won at WrestleMania, but anyway,
that's true. We don't gotta go there. We both know. We know.
Times Asuka should have won at a WrestleMania, but anyway. So Asuka, I got Asuka all the way, man. There's no reason why she should drop the title. Okay, so next match, the Intercontinental Championship match. You got Drew McIntyre challenging Gunther, the ring general, for the Intercontinental Championship, man. How do you see this one going?
Honestly, this would probably be the most difficult match to kind of call.
Really?
And I'm just being honest, obviously, wow. It's for me, it's like, I don't like Drew. I don't really, I'm sorry, I respect him as a wrestler. I respect him, I have a level of respect for this man. But I just don't like to see him in feuds. So me personally, I understand why WWE picked him because, who can really match Gunther? But I said it once before, I believe on the last episode we did, or maybe a few ones before, I can't remember. But I said I would love to have seen Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. That would have been a match I would love to see. Yeah. I would honestly, after watching the match between Gunther and Chad Gable, I would love to see that match. They put on a great show.
That was awesome.
That to me, anybody but Drew. But I'm sorry, yeah. So, but yeah, I see Gunther coming out on top on this one. I just don't really see Drew winning, and if he does win, I just don't see. I just don't see him having a real entertaining feud with someone. I think if he wins, he'll just be like Austin Theory, just kind of having it. Yeah. Just, yeah. The mid-card, I just don't want the mid-card title to be like it was when, as much love I have for, John Moxley now, but when he was Dean Ambrose, he held the title for 350 some days and rarely defended the title when he was in the Shield.
I think that was the US boring. Title. That was the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S. title. Yeah, the U.S. title. I'm saying it was a mid-card title, though, So I'm just kind of
I see what you mean.
The Intercontinental title has now some relevancy, and I just don't want to see it drop. I don't want to see it drop down to that. And I feel like if Drew wins, that's kind of where it would go. Not because he's not talented, it's just his feuds are not really entertaining. Versus Gunther, who has a whole line of possibilities. I believe his title reign is just barely getting started. He's going to hold that title for a good minute.
I agree with you, man. Gunther has been like the best champion. Well, let's say the best intercontinental champion in the past maybe 10, 20 years, man. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. And it's a shame that Vince McMahon actually wanted to bury this guy. I mean, Gunther puts on a great match every single. I've never seen Gunther from NXT UK to NXT to the main roster. I've never seen this man have a very bad match. I mean, I've never seen him have even a bad match. Not a very bad match or not even a bad match. He's never had either one of those. All he knows how to do is win. Okay, so I'm with you on that. I like Drew McIntyre. I do like Drew McIntyre. I just want him to be a heel. The face version of Drew McIntyre is pretty. It's kind of like that 2018, 2019 Roman Reigns, anything but you, Roman, type of vibes.
Right.
So I think that'd be best for Drew McIntyre to become heel. I think there's more upside to him becoming heel because, I miss the Scottish Terminator. You know what I mean?
No,
So this whole fun-loving Drew McIntyre, I just it's gotten it's gotten stale. I would love to see him turn heel and go after Cody Rhodes next. I would love to see that as an actual, as a feud because if I'm not mistaken, they used to be tag team champions. So why not them to, fighting it out with each other, So anyways, long story short, I would like to see Gunther win this. I think he's going to win. He's going to go over without a shadow of a doubt. The reign of Gunther continues to be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. And it's also going to segue him to being world champion sometime soon, I hope.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the next match. A match that is supposed to have a stipulation, but was never actually said. It was rumored to be a bull rope match. And I'm talking about Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, which happens to be a feud that's been going on since the night after WrestleMania. And we still don't know why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So there's no explanation for this. He just doesn't like his blonde hair, doesn't like his face. Maybe it's because of the tattoo on his neck. I have no idea. So what do you think?
Maybe because I think it's because he never finished the story. That's what I think. That's what I think, man. Man.
Maybe he lost some money at WrestleMania. He lost.
Yeah, maybe. I think so, man, because everybody was like, "Oh, Cody was gonna win," and he didn't. So, but oh well. But as far as my prediction goes, I think Cody Rhodes actually wins this. Mm-hmm. Honestly, Brock doesn't really need to win. I don't even know why this match was put together, but just maybe to keep Cody Rhodes, relevant because he is one of the top stars on the Raw roster. So, I think. What bigger way to keep you relevant than to bring you in the match with Brock Lesnar? Where the real question is, and it's kind of off topic, is after this match, what's next for Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
That's just me.
So here's the thing. I believe, number one, I think Brock Lesnar at this particular point in his career, I mean, the dude's he's almost 50 years old, man.
Right.
He doesn't even look it. He's in incredible shape. But the thing for Brock Lesnar, he's like the gatekeeper now for any face that's going to be over that guy. It was Roman, and then it was Seth Rollins, and now we have Cody Rhodes, who seems to be the guy that Vince McMahon wants to strap the rocket ship to get to that next level, for the main events of WrestleMania for the years to come, which is not a bad choice because Cody Rhodes, he's got it. It's
not a bad choice.
Yeah, so... But as far as Cody Rhodes is concerned, afterwards, and I believe he's going to win this match, so that's my pick. He has to win this match. Why would you make him lose? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So Cody Rhodes has to win this match to stay relevant. Now, I see one of three options, okay? Number one is the first option I told you about, Drew McIntyre, trying to force his will and attacking Cody Rhodes and beating the living crap out of him, and I guess, Triple H could come up with a good angle for that, right?
Right.
That's one option. The second option, I was hoping that he was, good by now, 100% by now, is Randy Orton. I wish Randy Orton would come back, and bring back the whole legacy, rivalry from, was it 2011, 2009, 2008, 9, whatever it was, the WrestleMania 26, I think that's 2009. So, Yeah,
Right.
we could bring that one back. Relive that. Just rekindle that type of that rivalry, man. I think that would be a really good rivalry between him and Cody Rhodes. So I was hoping he'd be okay by now, but I don't know about Randy.
I don't know if he's coming back, man.
Yeah.
I think he's enjoying his life, man.
Well, he was injured, man. It was a back injury. His father said
he was
recovering. So, but I think that I would prefer to see Cody go on against Randy Orton. But the third option, and this could be a long shot, is Bray Wyatt. But no one has seen Bray since that feud was supposed to start with Bobby Lashley.
Did not happen.
It didn't happen. He got sick. But there have been rumors that Bray Wyatt was going to make his return at SummerSlam, and who knows? Maybe he will come back at SummerSlam, and maybe he will challenge Cody Rhodes. Maybe he will attack him after the match between him and Brock Lesnar. Who knows what could happen? But if Cody wins, I have no idea who he's going to fight next. Maybe he goes after Seth for the title again. I'm not 100% sure. But as far as this match is concerned, I got Cody, man, 100%.
Okay.
So now we move on to the first of our world heavyweight championship matches, right? It's Finn Balor again going after the WWE World Title against Seth freaking Rollins. So this match is 7 years in the making. It all culminates full circle back to SummerSlam. Remember SummerSlam in 2017, I believe. It was 2016. 2016. It was 2016 with the Universal title becoming relevant, and now we have Finn Balor trying to get that title and avenge the loss that has eluded him for the past 7 years. Who do you got?
I see this going in multiple ways, really. I don't really like Seth Rollins' title reign, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, he's like, I was super hyped when he got the title, but like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just because it's just been Finn Balor. I don't know. But anyways, wow. I see Seth Rollins retaining because, he's Seth Rollins, right? And I also see Finn Balor winning because, it's been some cracks in the Judgment Day. Mommy had to, kind of, be the glue and kind of keep things together. And so far, things have been pretty okay.
Right.
But I think maybe if Finn wins, it can be a little tension between Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, and, Finn Balor. Because we all know Damian is not going to cash in on Roman Reigns. That's pretty obvious. So it has to be the world title.
Right.
So, but I also feel like maybe Seth wins because Damian gets a little ambitious and want to cash in, and maybe ends up costing Finn the title, kind of like what happened the last time they fought, So it's kind of who I got. Let's go with Seth. Let's go with Seth Rollins.
You got Seth?
Yeah.
Man,
I know, man. I'll go with Seth just because, like, I just don't. I'm not sure if it's time for the Judgment Day to break up yet, because I know once Finn wins that title, or if he wins it, right, they're gonna break up. But I'm not sure if they're at that tipping point where it's like, is this gonna happen just yet? But I do know it's coming.
Now, okay, here's my take, and I've been thinking about this, and I think this is how I would book it if I was Triple H. This is definitely going to break up the Judgment Day, and this is how, but especially if you saw Raw this past, yesterday on Monday. Finn Balor is going to win this match, and I'm going to tell you how he's going to win.
Okay.
Harking back to WrestleMania 31, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are beating the living crap out of each other. Who makes his way down the ring? Seth freaking Rollins. He cashes in his Money in the Bank contract. He takes advantage and beats Roman Reigns.
Yes.
So turnabout is fair play. And WWE likes to do this and bring it back full circle. So here's what I believe is going to happen. I believe during a high point at the match, I believe that Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are going to beat the living hell out of each other. And then Damian Priest is going to make his move and insert himself into the match. It's going to be a triple threat. And Finn Balor is going to win, and he's going to beat Damian Priest. So that's going to cause the end of the Judgment Day right there. I think that Finn Balor is going to win. He's not going to beat Seth Rollins, but he's going to beat Damian Priest. So, and if I was Triple H, that's exactly how I would book it, because now you have this underlying tension between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, scorching now. Scorching, okay? And then on top of that, you can also do a triple threat match at the next pay-per-view, or the next premium live event, as they like to call it these days, and have the three of them, you know, and that would be the ultimate fallout of the Judgment Day. So whether you like it or not, Seth Rollins is not leaving Detroit with that title. I don't see that happening. I always thought, you know, thinking about it, you have, as a writer, you have to think fourth dimensionally. And people were like, man, why did Damian Priest win the Money in the Bank? You see why now, you know, and I think he was the best choice to win the Money in the Bank. Everybody said LA Knight, but I don't think LA Knight did really have, I mean, yeah, he was white hot, but you have to think what's going to happen after that. You know what I'm saying? So, so this made the most sense, and this is money right here. So you have Judgment Day teasing the breakup, but then you see them in full form. You see Dominic Mysterio winning the NXT North American Championship. You got Dirty Dom. Yeah, you got Dirty Dom, you know, coming out, and then you have Damian Priest seeing your Money in the Bank. But what about Finn? Okay, and honestly, I don't like the Judgment Day, but now it's becoming kind of over. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, the odd man out, unfortunately, is probably the best guy in the ring, and that's Finn Balor. They don't need him. You see what I'm saying? They don't need him in the group. He doesn't fit in the group. It just doesn't fit. You know, to me, the reason why Judgment Day didn't stick with me personally, is because the guys, they don't fit. The people that made it look like it fit was Dominic and Rhea. They're the ones who got it over, really. You know what I'm saying? Then Damian Priest, it had nothing to do with Finn. You know, Finn is supposed to be, I guess, the leader. I don't know. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like it just doesn't, it's not working, man. He doesn't need the Judgment Day, and the Judgment Day doesn't need him, you know? And it's more beneficial for them to part ways. So at the end of the day, man, I could see this feud going on for maybe a month or two longer. But at the end of the day, if I were to bet my money, Seth Rollins is not going to leave Detroit the champion, because at the end of the day, who is he going to face after that? You know, they may put him with Drew McIntyre, but
I don't like that.
You know,
I'm sorry, you know how I feel about that.
Gunther would have to lose the Intercontinental Championship unless they want to put two belts on him. You know, Cody Rhodes, they're saving that for WrestleMania. And then you can't really think off the top of your head who else, you know, is there to challenge Seth for that title. So Finn will be the best choice to win, because there are options now, wide open. And plus, if he can't get this win now, I mean, he's already on that realm of, you know, of getting over. You know, his rise was squandered 7 years ago at SummerSlam 2016. Now, if he can't win this one, then he's really going to be really irrelevant. He's going to be on that Dolph Ziggler type irrelevancy, you know. So that's just my take on that. I know it's a big one, but I believe that Damian Priest is going to cash in his Money in the Bank, but Finn Balor is going to score the win, not on Seth Rollins, but on his own partner, Damian Priest. What do you think?
I mean, I like it. It can kind of work both ways, though. You know, Damian Priest cashes in, it becomes a triple threat. They start battling it out because, you know, they start arguing, and Seth kind of sneaks in to get the win, too. That can happen. And it can set up a triple threat match the same way. I've seen it happen like that before. Like, not necessarily with the Money in the Bank, but I'm talking about, like, with triple threat matches being set up.
Right.
Two number one contenders start fighting it out, like, on who deserves the shot and whatever. The champion comes out being a fighting champion, be like, I'll take you both on or whatever. Like it can happen plenty of ways, but your way is not wrong either.
Yeah, man. I just think that somehow, some way that, and I think it just makes better sense for
Right.
for Seth Rollins to lose the belt by not getting pinned, because then he has an opportunity to actually fight for it again, and it makes sense for the triple threat match. Now, why would you make a triple threat match if Seth wins and then add Damian Priest? He causes him the victory, and then Finn Balor gets another shot. It wouldn't make any sense. It's just a lot of optics. But at the end of the day, it makes better sense for Finn to win by beating Priest, and then continue that story with the Judgment Day, with the back and forth, and it's just I don't know, man. I think it'll be awesome.
It's an entertaining. It's an entertaining next chapter. And it does keep the world champion relevant right now, since Raw finally has a world champion. So
yeah, it really does. And Seth really doesn't lose much in the long run. You know what I mean?
No, he still has his momentum, and he's still relevant in the game. So I'm cool with it.
Right. All right. So one thing I wanted to bring up before we bring up the last match, which is Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. Do you think that The Rock will show up and the Grayson Waller effect? Do you think The Rock was going to make any type of appearance? We didn't expect Grayson Waller to show up and John Cena to show up in the last Premium Live event, So,
right.
Who knows, right? You know what I'm saying? They've been going back and forth with each other on, well, I should say Grayson Waller has been shooting some slugs at The Rock. You know what I mean? So, this is Tribal Combat. Head of the table, the elders, maybe Rikishi will be there. Sika, the Wild Samoans, maybe they'll be there. So what if The Rock is there? You know what I mean? So, but do you think The Rock will make an appearance? You think that it's just too far fetched?
I mean, if he does make an appearance, I would just question, why and whose side will he be on? I would take maybe his cousin, because I don't think it's going to be the Usos at this point. But the only reason why I would wanted The Rock to show up was to face Roman Reigns. But now that's kind of stale, and I don't think that's ever really going to happen.
That's never still, bro. That's never still.
I mean, it's kind of lost. To me, it's kind of lost its luster at this point. I
don't think so.
I mean, but maybe Triple H can kind of squeeze it in there somehow. He is Triple H. He's probably the best creative looking person I've seen. He's kept WWE relevant up to this point. So maybe he can kind of squeeze that in there, right? But as far as your question goes, I mean, I can see it happening. Maybe not at SummerSlam, but maybe depending on who shows up between, who are the elders that Jey is referring to. Does Rikishi show up and side with the Usos? Then maybe The Rock does show up at a later time down the road, because this has been one storyline that has not gotten stale, and it's been so many twists and turns. I mean, it's got me wondering what's next. So I don't think he shows up this SummerSlam, but maybe he can show up later down the road, depending on what's the next turn on this storyline.
Okay, so you're saying that he's going to show up at another Premium Live event?
Yeah, or I don't think he's going to show up on Raw, SmackDown. I think that's we rarely see The Rock, so it has to be at a big event. But I don't think it's going to be at SummerSlam.
Okay, we'll see what happens. So as far as the final match, this is the main event, and of course you got main event Jey Uso challenging the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns for not only the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, but also the Tribal Chief crown. So that's going to end on the Tribal Combat rules. So I don't know if they're going to use spears and start killing each other, or there's going to be a ring of fire.
Never
what the hell to expect. Well, they said anything goes. So with that being said, this is a very big match. As many people may not, the whole Bloodline storyline has been the greatest thing in wrestling since the birth of the NWO, in my opinion. So, what do you believe is going to happen in that match? What's the outcome? Who do you got?
Wow, I mean, out of all the outcomes, Man, I don't see Jey winning though. I think Roman does retain. That's just my take on that. I just don't see Jey winning the world champion, or I'm sorry, not the world champion, the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. I don't see him winning. I see Roman Reigns coming out on top on this one. My biggest question is whether Solo come into play on this, because
Right.
Solo was looking at them beads too, you know?
Yeah.
And we all know, like, Solo to me is like one of the biggest, like, he's like that huge question mark. Yeah, the wild card in this. It's like, where does the loyalty reside, you know, or lie in Solo? Like, is he truly loyal to Roman Reigns, or is he just buying time to take them both out and be like, I'm the tribal chief now, you know? Because, I mean, the man turned on his own brothers. I mean, why not turn on his cousin, right? And I believe, another question would be with Solo Sikoa is, does he feel like overlooked in a way, you know? Kind of like, because everybody's been talking about the Usos. Everybody's been talking about Roman Reigns. Back when Sammy was in there, everybody was talking about Sami Zayn.
That's a good point.
But no one was talking about Solo when he's built out all of them.
That's a very, very good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Solo has been probably one of the main reasons why they've been so dominant and why they won pay-per-views at times. And I just feel like he's like, man, what about me? You know what I'm saying? So this could be that new generation of when Rikishi turned on The Rock, you know? Solo turns on Roman.
Do you think that in any way, shape, or form that Paul Heyman will have a hand in siding with Solo and turning on his tribal chief again?
Well, I mean, that's very well a possibility. I mean, who knows what conversations they have more in private, like backstage, you know, when Roman Reigns is on his other ventures. You know, Paul Heyman is known for making greats and putting people over, and I believe maybe SummerSlam could be, if that's the case, maybe SummerSlam is like the rise of Solo now, you know? Right. So it's a possibility.
Well, as far as the winner is concerned, obviously Roman Reigns is going to come out on top. I think Jey got his time to shine. I think there's also, it's going to be a moment just like, you know, at Money in the Bank where it seems like, you know, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. But I think for the most part, I think Jey Uso is gonna come up short. You know, you gotta think about it like, you know, what's gonna happen if he wins? You know,
right.
What's gonna become of, you know, it doesn't make any type of sense for him to carry the title, become tribal chief, and then you have Solo, and then you have Jimmy, and, you know, Roman on the outside looking in. I mean, which is, you know, you gotta think about, okay, you know, how far can that go, you know?
Right.
Jey's a tag team technician, so I just don't see him as a world champion. I don't say he's not world champion material, but I just don't see him as a world champion, you know, if that makes any type of sense.
You know I agree with you.
So I see Roman Reigns coming out on top. I see people like, you know, Rikishi and the Wild Samoans trying to stop him from beating the crap out of, you know, Jey even more. Harkening back to Hell in a Cell in 2020.
Oh yeah.
So there could be that, you know. Jimmy Uso may show back up and end up getting beat up by his little brother Solo, and you know. But ultimately, I'm hoping that The Rock will show up at the very end of the show and challenge Roman Reigns for the title of Tribal Chief at WrestleMania.
Well,
not the title, not the
tribal chief,
just the tribal chief crown. That's that's what I hope happens at SummerSlam. That he challenges Roman Reigns for the tribal chief crown. So I think it's gonna be an amazing premium live event. I'm very, very excited for it. I just can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to seeing so many of these matches. I was kind of upset that Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus weren't able to have a match on here. Even Rhea Ripley. I mean, Rhea Ripley's on fire, dude. But I would love to see her and Raquel Rodriguez beat the crap out of each other. Man, Raquel.
Teasing that.
Yeah, I mean, Raquel was the one that beat Rhea for the NXT Women's Championship. So some people don't know that or remember that. So she's beaten Rhea before. So, but never this vicious.
She ain't beat this Rhea though.
Yeah. So, other than that, man, we guess we're gonna have to see this Saturday. It comes down live, August the 5th, 2023. Check your local listings for the time. Your Peacock application. Go ahead and sign up now if you're not a member. Do you have any final thoughts, Top Gun, when it comes to SummerSlam 2023, my brother?
Yeah, honestly, you can't pay me to take one of those chops from Gunther. So I don't like Drew, but props to this man, because I know he's going to take quite a few of them. But as far as the actual event goes, like, I'm really excited for this event. Right. I haven't really been excited for a pay-per-view, in a really long time. Like recently with, Triple H being back in charge, these last few pay-per-views, they're really, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like these last few pay-per-views, like they've been great, man. Like I've been excited, so I'm really excited for SummerSlam, and I'm happy, I'm ready.
Triple H has not produced one bad premium live event, man.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's back.
All of them. It's just it's amazing from last year's SummerSlam, and then you have Clash at the Castle, then you have Survivor Series, and then you have the Royal Rumble, then your Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank. I mean, it's just been phenomenal every single step of the way when it came to this premium live events. So shout out to Triple H, man. So what do you think is going to be the match of the night? Is that what you're saying? Is Gunther versus Drew McIntyre? I think it's going to be the most hard-hitting match of the night.
Nah, I don't think it's going to be the match of the night. I think it's going to be it's probably going to be Logan Paul and Ricochet. I'll give it that. That's me.
Okay.
That's just. I mean, obviously, you can go and say like, oh, it's going to be Roman Reigns and
Jey Uso.
Roman Reigns and and Jey Uso. But to me, it's like I feel like with Logan Paul and Ricochet, I feel like it's like, what are they gonna do? Because we already know what's gonna happen with the tribal combat show,
right.
The tribal comeback match, So we have like a more of an idea. But with them, it's kind of like, what tricks do they have for us in the ring? Yeah. Like I feel like they're gonna have that wow. Like what?
I just hope they don't end up breaking each other's, necks or something like that, because that fall.
They did save each other.
I mean, they saved each other's lives, man, because it could have been a lot worse than what it was, bro. So I'm anxious to see what they do in the ring, too. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the match of the night. I think it's going to be a short match because, Logan Paul's brother, Jake, is fighting on that same day. He's going to be fighting Nate Diaz in a boxing match. So he's got to get on a jet and fly out there to walk his brother down the ring. So I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be that long of a match either. But
cool.
I think the match of the night is going to be Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. I think they're just going to beat the holy hell out of each other. I have faith in Gunther, man, so much. Maybe not the name, but the name, it kind of grew on me, right? You know what I'm saying?
It did. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but then I kind of like, all right, we can make it work.
Yeah, it kind of grew on me, but I'm happy to see that he's succeeding. I think that has the possibility to be the match of the night. I wouldn't rule out. We already know that, Roman Reigns always puts on the best, not necessarily the matches, but the drama behind it.
Right.
It's just so phenomenal. And that's what I look forward to seeing, man. And I wouldn't shortchange the women's triple threat match, but Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey, man, I kind of want to see where that's going to go. I think that's going to be a really good one as well, man. It's just from top to bottom, it's really awesome, man. It's going to be a great premium live event. So
that card, so
yeah. So thank you guys for joining us for Topflyght. I know it's been a minute, but we're trying to get things back on board. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Topflyght_wrestling. Now, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below. sure to answer those. And just remember always to love God, love wrestling, and stay fly. Peace.